Right? Yes, in couple of minutes, we'll be starting the session. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Neha, the coordinator for the student webinar program. On behalf of PHN Technology Private Limited, it's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all the students that have joined. Colina ma'am, an expert for today's session, Mr. Sushant Moon sir. Thank you for joining us today for the very first webinar of machine learning and data science with Python. As you all know, technology is evolving very fast. So we at PHN Technology Private Limited are committed to staying ahead of the curve and providing innovative solutions to students and our clients. I'm thrilled to be here today to introduce you about our company and exciting opportunities that we offer. We have started as a robotics company in 2013, but we have since evolved into a dynamic software development and IT firm as well as in business solutions, digital marketing, Android development, web development, and in IoT development. Our mission is to provide a technology-based learning platform to all the students in India and effective software products to our clients. We are committed to leveraging technology to make education accessible to everyone and help our clients to achieve their goals. Now, I'm delighted to introduce you our esteemed trainer for today's session, Mr. Sushant Moon sir. Sushant is coding enthusiast and machine learning professional with expertise in computer vision and natural language processing challenges. He's been exploring various topics in machine learning and software development using Python, C, C++ via personal and professional projects since 2011. Sushant completed his BTech in computer science from IIT Guwahati and MTech in computers from ISI Kolkata. He has worked with multiple firms and has 7 years of work experience. Currently, he has been tackling data engineering and data science challenges for customers of Amazon Web Services on daily basis. Yes, now without wasting more time, I would like to hand over the session to our esteemed trainer, Mr. Sushant Moon sir. Sushant sir, please proceed.
Hey, thank you for the kind introduction. Let me share my screen. Just a second. Yeah. So, hi everyone. Screen. Yeah, screen is visible. Okay. So, hi everybody. Good afternoon. I am Sushant Moon, data scientist at Amazon. And without further ado, let's just get started, right? So yeah, before we start, I will be monitoring the chat for any questions related to the webinar that we are having, right? So feel free to add any question that you have, right, regarding this webinar or data science in general in the chat, right? I will be happy to answer. Okay. So welcome to Introduction for Machine Learning and Data Science. Yeah, one thing to note, you'd be getting the video recordings post this session, right? So don't have to worry about this. Worry about recording it yourself, right? So welcome to the introduction for machine learning and data science with Python webinar, right? Machine learning and data science have become two of the most popular and rapidly growing fields in computer science. With the increasing amount of data being generated every day, to the ability to extract insights and patterns from this data has become critical for businesses and organizations to make informed decision. Python, on the other hand, has become the de facto language for machine learning and data science, thanks to its easy to learn syntax, vast libraries of data science tools, and libraries that can which are basically supported by large and active community of developers. Uh, in today's session, I shall discuss about what we would be learning over the series of these lecture in the upcoming days. This lecture series would be very comprehensive and detailed and totally practical oriented. You would need to know basic Python knowledge that involves knowing how to use functions, uh, how to use different libraries which are there, and of course a bit of statistical knowledge would help you to understand how machine learning algorithms function, right? How the internals are. So we would be learning we would totally be learning from hands-on live examples, and you are expected to replicate the steps that you see in these lecture videos by following them at a later date on your own, right? And these lecture videos would be made available to you for you to consume, right? We shall end today's webinar with a demo on what we would be exactly building and what would be the direction that you should be looking for when you are thinking of any problem or any project when getting started for machine learning and data science, right? And all in all, by the end of this lecture series, lecture presentations, you will have a solid understanding on how to use the fundamental techniques of machine learning and data science with Python, and be equipped with the knowledge to start your own projects for freelance and building your own resume. Mm, yeah. So, so what's machine learning, right? So, like right now, currently, machine learning has become a household term, and every student, every college, every institute, every company wanting to do something or other with, yeah, so is wanting to do something or other in the field of machine learning. So it's fair to say, like it's fair to assume like all of you must be knowing something, or mm, must be already knowing what this machine learning as a field means. But for the folks who are new, let me brief you about it, right? Machine learning is a field which is a subdomain of artificial intelligence that enables computer systems to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. In other words, machine learning algorithms use data and statistical techniques to learn patterns and make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed to do so. Machine learning encompasses techniques from classical data science, statistical modeling, and deep learning. It also involves data cleaning, doing exploratory data analysis, using graph and other visualization techniques, then choosing the best algorithm for the problem definition that you have, right? Of course, data set also matters when you're choosing the best algorithm. Once you have that defined, you would be doing the training, fine tuning the model, and then once you have finalized the model that you have, right, you would be looking to deploy that over scalable systems for general public or different applications to use, right? As a data scientist, your job, or in fact data analyst as well these days, your job would not just stop there. With machine learning, you are also required to monitor the deployed endpoints, like deployed models for drift in the model prediction, or the drift in the incoming data, the features, and so on, right? Now, talking about applications, like, yeah, what's machine learning? We know, like what machine learning is, but what's the application? Where it's used? Like why you should be knowing about it, right? So, talking about these applications, right? Different industries, right? So, as you all know, banking systems have gone digital. You can now open your savings account in under 10 minutes with the help of digital eKYC. Similar disruptions have taken place in credit systems as well. This is all thanks to machine learning, specifically image, video, and speech recognition. Uh, these algorithms helped to crack this problem. All the documents that are scanned, right, that you upload when you're doing the eKYC, are basically being scanned using image recognition algorithms. Any video call that you have, right, with the bank for eKYC, video recognitions is being used to speed up and automate these KYC processes. And these are all without human intervention, right? Then all of you, like, moving to the next example, like, all of you must have at least used one of the e-commerce at least one of the e-commerce platform that's available there, right? So it can be it from Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, others, right? These platforms on day-to-day basis have to tackle the problem of fraudulent transactions. This is also a problem in banking sector, right? Where as well as, so specifically in banking sector, credit card frauds. Hence, fraud detection, or particularly anomaly detection, is an important problem that is very popular with these companies. Then in the factories where heavy machineries are used, or any small industry where any type of machinery is used, right? Be it MSME or any large factory, which uses equipment like machines, generators, motors, and so on. For these factories, manufacturing factories, um, any downtime, unplanned downtime, due to any technical error, leads to loss in revenue, right? And these unplanned and these companies are actively looking to prevent that. Like, they to prevent this loss in revenue, they are looking for predictive maintenance expert, like who can predict when a machine is going to fault, and initiate the maintenance procedure even before the machine breaks down. So these kind of professionals are highly sought out by these by the industries, right? All video streaming, like, moving to the next example, then all the video streaming platforms like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, Josh, TikTok, all of them personalize the feed of the video, which will keep you hooked on their platform for hours. These algorithms fall into the domain of recommendations and personalization. Then Tesla is one very big popular company where machine learning algorithms are used to drive the cars autonomously. These vehicles are popularly also known as autonomous vehicles, right? Similar autonomous vehicles, robots are being built by various companies internally to manage their inventory, to transport goods autonomously, right? In healthcare, doctors are being helped by machine learning algorithms to detect and identify malignant tumors right out of the MRI scan, right from the day one, right? This basically increases the chances of survival of a patient, and helps doctors save more patient as compared to previously, when a trained doctor would have been needed in person, for in at the given location, to diagnose, to create a correct diagnosis, right? For financial analysis, machine learning is used for finance and investments to analyze market trends, predict prices, and manage portfolios. In energy management companies, machine learning algorithms are used in energy management systems to optimize energy usage, predict energy demand, and reduce cost. Cybersecurity companies are using machine learning to detect and prevent cyber attacks by analyzing network traffic, identifying patterns, and predicting future attacks. In our day-to-day, we use weather forecast app, which is there in our mobile, right, to plan our day. Same type of algorithm, like same forecasting algorithms, are used by the inventory management firms and companies to forecast the demand of their goods. They use this information to plan the storage and production of their goods. In the end, each of these algorithms are helping industry stakeholders to optimize on the cost and gain more profits. By now, I hope I have given you enough reasons on to why you should be knowing machine learning and data science, and how it is very much important, like why how it is very much important in the industry, right? So before you implement any algorithm, right, before you implement any machine learning algorithm, right, so there are certain steps that you need to follow, and these are the steps that you will be getting to know in details in our upcoming lecture series. We would be starting with defining the problem, right, identifying the data that we have at hand. We'll be mapping the data on how it would be solving a business challenge, right? Then we would start with preparing the data. We would start with uh, sanitizing the data, cleaning the data that is there. So for example, often there are columns which have missing values, right? So how to handle such missing values? Now then there are outliers, how to handle the outliers in a particular feature. So these are the type of challenges that will be looking into when we prepare the data. We'll also be looking into how to select the features for building the models, right? Then once we have the data ready, we'll be also looking into how to implement the algorithms, right? So there are open source algorithms which are available, like which algorithm to use, how to tweak it, how to change it, how we can even how we even implement deep learning algorithms. We'll be looking into that as well, right? Once the training algorithm is fixed for the specific problem that we are solving with the data that we have at hand, we will then start training. Along with the training, we'll also be doing hyperparameter optimization for these algorithms, right? For these machine learning algorithms. Then after optimizing the model and arriving at the best model, which gives us the best accuracy or FN score, precision, recall, these kind of evaluation matrices, like depending on the problem statement, we'll be deploying the final model on scalable servers for the general public to use. Any questions till this point? Okay, going ahead. I don't see much in the chat. Yeah, going ahead. So what are the requirements for this for our machine learning and data science projects, for any project as such, right? Before we start, so first of all, you would be needing to know programming, right? At least basics of Python is what we are looking into. How function calls are made, how different libraries can be used, and so on. Like these basic understanding of Python data structures which are there is something you should be knowing when looking into programming. Then you should also be knowing how data analysis is done, how visualization is done, what are the different techniques which are there available for analyzing the data, how to poke different questions to the data, like under like basically you should be knowing how to be analyze the different features which are there in the data set using different visualization and graphing techniques before you move on to get to know more about um, machine learning, like before you build your model, like, right? So after data cleaning, sanitization, those steps, machine learning algorithms are something that you should be knowing about. So machine learning algorithms, depending on the data set, let's say you are wanting to classify from benign tumors to malignant tumors, or much more relatable would be, let's say you looking to classify which customers would be leaving a telecom company after the end of 1 month, right? So these kind of, like, whether a person would be leaving the leaving the company, like whether he would be switching the telecom carrier, that is like basically he would be switching from Geo to Airtel or not within next 1 month. So those kind of like these kind of classification challenges can be solved with classification algorithms. So what are the different classification algorithms are something that we will be looking into. Now similarly there are regression problems which basically uh, predicts what would be a real world number, right? For example, how high a stock price would go or how low a stock price would go. Such problems come under regression challenges. So there are different classes to machine learning algorithms. We'll be looking deep into it as well. Then comes by extension of these algorithms, there would be frameworks and libraries that basically you would be using. Frameworks are nothing but like it can be sklearn framework, it can be a PyTorch, TensorFlow, MXNet, Chainer. So there are a lot of different frameworks which are there, which you can use to choose your algorithms from, right? So all in after that, like once you select on the framework that you would be needing, right? Framework and the machine learning algorithm that you're going to be implementing, you should be knowing how to scale those algorithms for large use, for general public to use, right? So cloud computing is what will be helping you to deploy these models for publics, for general public to use, right? So all of these are different steps which are necessary for you to understand, like for you to start working on machine learning projects on your own, right? Okay, so before I go into workshop syllabus, right? Let me okay, so there are a few questions. Let me just check that. uh, so see, there is one question by uh, expl- uh, Abdul, who is asking about what do we have to know about any specific library about sanitizing the data and so on. So yes, we'll be looking into it when in our lecture series in the coming days, right? So stay tuned. The different frameworks and algorithms will be also checking that out. These are the steps which are very much essential to start your own machine learning journey, right? Python, NLP, like how these languages are used, right? So Python is just an interpreted language. It would be best if you start digging deeper into it to look how it works, right? SVM, KNN algorithms, these are the machine learning algorithms which are available, and depends on how you can use them. For the use totally depends on the uh, data that you have and the business challenge which is there. So what's cloud computing? So cloud computing, cloud computing is basically how different there are a lot of different cloud computing service providers, right? Amazon, there is Google, there is Microsoft, right? So how you can use them to your deploy in case how you can use those services to make your machine learning model or any web application available for general masses to use, right? So anytime that you develop anything, any script that you develop, any application that you develop, it would be just on your local system, right? It won't be available to, let's say, your friends, circle of friends, to people, the billions of users which are out there, right? uh, so cloud computing basically helps you achieve that goal, right? So there are different set of services that you should be knowing about when you start with productionizing or uh, scaling your models. Okay, so let's move on to what we have here. Like before we go to the syllabus, let me just show you what all we'll be actually looking at when we are doing the hands-on, right? To give you a flavor of it. So like we'll be working with real world problems that involves for example, in this case, we are looking at a customer churn prediction with XGBoost example. So churn basically means whether a customer would be leaving the company or not. In this case, this company is a telecom company, right? So this is, we have a that there is a data set which is available, where for each company, like for each customer of the telecom company, we have which state he belongs to, what is his area code, how much time in day minutes he talked, how much, what was the charge he paid for the calls he made, for what is the time in minutes he talked in the evening, what are his night calls, what are his international calls, and so on. And at the end we also have a column whether he left the given telecom company or not, right? So we'll be working with such real world examples, like example data sets, right? We'll be looking into how, what, like how to basically measure these different features, like what are their distributions across in the complete data, like how to poke questions, how to poke different questions to the data set to get the different features, to understand how the different features are working with each other. We'll be looking at like how to read these such tables, right? And how to interpret the charts which are there, like how we can generate the charts, how we can interpret these charts. We'll be learning into them. We'll be also looking at how different features are associated with the feature that we are wanting to predict, uh, in our lecture series, right? Then finally we'll also be looking into how different features, like we'll be plotting different features against the target variable to understand their behavior, right? For example, in this case we have day minutes, right? For each customer, the amount of time he talked during the day. If he basically did not churn in sense he did not leave the company, his average time he spent talking during the day was between 0 to 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so his average time he spent during on the call was basically 0 to 5 minutes. But for the customers who left the company, for them their average time was between 5 to 10 minutes, right? So this seems like an important feature for calculating who will be leaving the company or not. So we'll be using different charts, like we'll be understanding which chart to use when to identify the interesting features in the data, right? So once you do the explanatory analysis, prepare the data, prepare trade and test splits and everything, right? The plot, scatter plot, different. We'll be looking into how to select the features using the all the graphings that we did, all the graphs and insights that we have. Then we'll start the training, and finally we'll be looking into how it is deployed, right? So in this is like end to end, where we are doing from training, like preparing the data, training and hosting, right? But there, so this is one aspect of it. But then again, there are large language models, uh, which are generally available for us to use, which can be which are generally which are available for us to use by big companies, which we cannot train ourselves. But to how to use them, we will be also be looking into it. For one example, like there is this chat gpt, right? So chat gpt is large language model which just does the task of text generation. So this is basically a text to text generation. You give it an input and it does it on the back end with this is just a front end, right? But on the back end there is a large language model which is running on multiple gpus, right? Which has its own weights and so on. But at the end of the day it's a model, and they are basically sourcing it, like making it available with paid subscription as well, right? So how you can use open source model which are available there. For example, chat gpt can do something like code for ex boost classification in mm, oh, just a second. I think session might have timed out, but yeah. So getting back at it, code for XGBoost classification in Python. So basically, like, given these algorithms are trained on very large data set, we cannot train such large models on our own. Hence it is of utmost importance to know how such large models which are available out in open, how we can use such large models to build our own applications, right? How to import those models, how to use those models, right? We should be knowing about that as well. So we'll be looking into such kind of use cases as well, right? So like chat gpt is not something you or I would be able to buy, because like it's already been bought by Microsoft and integrated in my Bing, right? It's search engine Bing. But then again, so there's just one model which is out there. There are multiple such models. So let me show you another model which is available out there. So we have a text to image generation model, which is given by Stability AI. So it's a stable diffusion model where it generates, given a text, it generates image out of it. So for example, I gave it a query cottage in impressionist style. So it generated this particular image. But let's say I change my query, right? So I'm giving a query modern Indian house with big windows and beautiful fence and background. So it takes some time, like, because this also runs on GPU. It would take some time to generate the image, but till this generates the image, let me also show you some more examples which are out there. So I gave it a, so in the next query, I gave it, okay, I need a astronaut on a horse with, like, let's say the image width I need is 512 by 512. What should be the prompt, guidance scale, and so on, like different parameters that I can tweak. So with that, I get this particular image, right? Same, I run it again, I get this image, like same input with different parameter, right? I get this particular astronaut on a horse image. Similarly, let's see whether our last query, yeah. So this is the image that was generated, right? So we asked for a modern Indian house with a big windows and beautiful fence and a big ground. So this is the image which was generated by the computer. I did not program like I did not give it any image path or anything. I just gave it a simple text and it was able to generate this particular image. So we should be knowing about such large models which are already available out in the open and how to use them to build our own applications, right? So we'll be talking about that as well. Let me show you just few more examples before we close, right? So let's say I give a prompt of a landscape for beautiful cities in of Paris rebuilt near the Pacific Ocean, and so on. And then next prompt was hyperrealistic render of an interior of a beautifully decorated kitchen. And third prompt that I gave was Nicolas Cage with long hairs in the wind and so on. So with these different prompts, these are the image that I get. Like, so this is the image which was generated. Yeah, so this was the image which is totally generated by the computer, right? This is a very hyper realistic image, and nobody would even know whether it's animated or a photo which was clicked, right? So these models are already out in the open. So this is the next picture of Nicolas Cage, was totally generated by the computer, right? We did not supply anything, like we did not supply any image out of it. Like, it is already trained on very large data sets and is available for us to use, right? So different features which can be generated, realistic, animated, and so on, right? So we'll be looking into how these models can also be trained as in, like, how these models can be used for our purposes. uh yeah, so coming back to the slides. hmm, so we have a question like, which model would be better for small projects, BERTs or GPT? See, GPT itself is a very large model. BERT is something that if you have enough RAM, you can go ahead and use. But then again, choosing which model to use for a particular use case, like for a particular project, totally depends on the data that you have, the amount of data that we have, right? And then we have a next question asking whether Python is sufficient for a project. Yes, like if you are wanting to build machine learning projects, yes, Python is sufficient to build. Like you can build, totally build. Like till now, till this date, I have been working with Python to build a lot of different projects in machine learning. So yes, you can definitely build your own projects with that. Okay, coming back to the workshop. Like, so in the upcoming days, we have what we'll be looking into, the syllabus for the workshop that we'll be having, right? So we'll be starting with the right from the basics. It will be looking into machine learning, or basically a small introduction, then looking into how data processing can be done. Like this also involves cleaning the data, preparing it, like sanitizing different features, uh, as I previously mentioned, like feature engineering. Uh, it also involves feature engineering. You'd also be doing like data amputation, data replacement, and so on. Different methods which are out there for processing the data, right? Then we'll also be looking into different categories of machine learning models, algorithms, like regression, classification, clustering, dimensionality reduction. Like it totally depends on the type of algorithm. Like it totally depends on the type of data that you have and the type of problem that you are looking to solve. So yeah, so at the end we will also be doing model evaluation. Like once you build the model, how you can evaluate these models before we do a final deployment, right? So these are all the concepts that we'll be covering in our upcoming workshop, right? So stay tuned for more information, right? And yeah, so that's all that I had. uh, Thanks everybody, looking forward to seeing every one of you in our upcoming workshop. So thank you, and over to you, Sneha. Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request Colina ma'am to please address the students about company and the program. Colina ma'am, over to you.
Good evening, one and all. Hope this session was really helpful to you. And definitely, you guys would be enrolling for this. And so today I'll be talking about what are the benefits of these sessions, what you're going to get. Okay, our only aim is to make this workshop profitable for you all. Now, you all may be thinking like how you're going to get like profit from this. So I would like to clarify that we are going to familiarize you with current trends in advanced technology. Okay, we are going to improve your digital literacy and ability to integrate technology for your academic progress. I would like to share you my experience like being into HR background. Basically, what happens when we are doing hirings in candidates who have technical knowledge and the hard skills that the job requires, but they don't know how to put them, accordingly. So here they lack project-based knowledge and soft skills, which results in the candidate not being able to sustain the job, or might be they get rejected. So what happens when these people, like VHRs, when we upload or maybe we post a description, a job description, but what happens, they lack the hands-on knowledge that we require because they come with this practical, just theories, okay, and this practicals, but that doesn't help them out because we need this hands-on knowledge for the projects, okay. So what happens when they get rejected, and then again they are into this zone wherein, like, they are into a trance wherein they are like not at self-confident, or might be that thing is evident affecting them, so this results into depression, okay. So basically what happens, it is important for us to understand that we need hands-on knowledge. So definitely we are here to help you out with the hands-on knowledge required, because we would be guiding you with in terms of mock interviews, we would be helping you out in terms of soft skills. See guys, only hard skills is not important for you guys, because even if you are from a convent education, even if you are from a very good background into, with a good English or maybe something which is important, but then what happens, when you go for interviews, we ourselves see, like, even if a student is from educational which is from convent background, or might be from a co-ed school which is from an English background, But then what happens, that person doesn't even know the etiquettes of sitting for an interview, might be how to prepare a resume. So definitely we are going to help you out with this as well. So we would be helping you out with soft skills, which is very important. Now, when you're going to work in a team, okay, so definitely you're going to need communication skills. So we are going to definitely help you out with this. Okay. So we are going to work on leadership, we are going to work on negotiation skill, everything would be covered up. Okay, so basically what happens when you get rejected, you understand like, okay, I am lacking here or might be I'm lacking there. So to clear these loopholes, we are here to help you out in terms of all the aspects. Okay, now based on this, we are providing you with hands-on experience with various digital tools through PHN platforms. There are a lot of advantages for students. So the advantages what you're going to get from this is enhancements of technical skill, okay, help in academic projects, enhance mathematical, analytical, and social skills. You will be able to boost your confidence. So this is what we are going to work on, okay? So basically what happens when we are as freshers, when we go for a job, we have a mindset that we would be getting selected. I have done these courses, I have done that courses from this renowned institute. But what happened, guys, when we are with that practical knowledge, when we go, there are some loopholes, which really impacts our career. So definitely we have to see to it that we are accordingly having a hands-on knowledge. So definitely we would be taking care of it. And also there will be trainers from reputed companies, like guys, like basically when you're in the market, but there are lots and lots of courses, lots and lots of institutes who's going to tell you that we give you the best, this thing, we give you best courses, best programs, job placements, everything is done. But by the end of the time, when you sit and you think, and then you realize, okay, I regretted doing something. So you're definitely, this is going to be an add-on wherein you're going to get trainers from Microsoft, Google, OnePlus, and Amazon who are in the USA. So these sessions are going to be conducted by these people who are working currently there. So they are going to work with us, when they are in their free times, they're going to give us time, for us to understand. So they are going to tell us in terms of current knowledge, and also the sessions are going to be online. Okay, so we have kept this online so that you can access it easily. Like if in case you want a specific topic, okay, so after that, if you want to learn more about it, definitely we would be, anytime you can just get up and you can just go and just click on the app and you can get the videos. If you have any doubt in terms of like you have any queries regarding the session, or there are doubts that are that is interrupting your studies, what you can do is you will be we will provide you something wherein you can be like, you will be getting in touch with us, where we can get your questions so that we can answer. So the very next day the trainer will definitely answer the questions through a video, so that again what happens when we are in live session, but always a trainer gets irritated, you will get irritated if you're not getting the proper answer. So this answer would be recorded so that you can listen to it later on as well. So you can get all these recorded sessions as early as possible. Okay, these trainers are professionally working with these highly reputed companies and have great knowledge about their respective fields. Even being so busy, they are removing some really important time to teach us, and the knowledge they have learned, even they have gained a lot of knowledge. That is the reason today they are the bestest company, guys. So we have to definitely respect this and see to it that we are utilizing this time. And if you personally ask me, I am not from this background, but definitely if we would have got this kind of opportunity, I would have definitely took this opportunity in a better way, and I would have just entered this corporate world, because this is very necessary when you go for an interview. Okay, guys, because when you go for an interview, when you tell I have done courses from this institute, I have done courses from that institute, what happens, it impacts, gives a different impact. But when you tell them like I've got trainers who was from Microsoft, Google, or maybe OnePlus or Amazon, and they were in the States and they taught us, I got their sessions, I enrolled for their courses, and this things have got advanced technology, definitely this is going to help you out. Okay, so see to it that you are going to enroll, because this is going to be very beneficial for you. You guys are not going to regret. Okay, so everything is everybody should understand, what you should have a motto in your life, like what you're going to do. Because what happens when you are in a rush, like, okay, I've got these people, what they do, they'll put some ads, they'll pop up ads, you'll get placements, you'll get courses, this, that. But just see to it, think before you're doing something. So it's better that you understand what you want. Hands-on knowledge is very important, guys. Now, like practical knowledge is also, but like hands-on knowledge is also important. Communication skills is important. Even you have to have the soft skills, which is very important. Okay, as I told you, hard skills only is not important. Okay, so with all these aspects, this is also a completely free of cost workshop. So I would suggest one and all present you to grab this wonderful opportunity, because we have kept this free of cost for a reason. Definitely, I would be telling you the reason. You must be having that curiosity why we are going to give this session to you free of cost. I will definitely let you know. But before that, I would like to tell you the topics that we are going to have in this workshop, which you all can select are, that's machine learning and data science with Python, full stack development, Android development, cloud technology, AWS, DevOps engineering, 3D printing. Okay, so basically these are the topics that we are going to cover, and you can select any of these. And also there is a wonderful news that we are also going to provide you a job assistance program, wherein we would be providing you placements, because we have got 10,000 plus jobs opening with 500 plus client base. Okay, so some here may want to jump start their careers, while some at a point may want to change their careers. Okay, so we have launched a job assistance program for exactly these kind of people. In this program, unlike any other institutes, we will be providing you current based training as per the job description. As I told you, when you go for a job, okay, the description is completely different, but you just want this job, or might be there are some people who have that curiosity, seeing the salary. Okay, I want this job. Might be people wanted hike in their salary, or might be they're in the comfort zone where they just apply, but they don't, understand that yes, they need a hands-on, based knowledge. But once when they go for an interview, then they regret, like, might be I would have done something different. So definitely, as I told you, the trainers would be same. They are from Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. So this is going to be an add-on to your future, guys. Okay, so this session will most probably be 20% conceptual and 18% project based. Okay, so this is going to be 20% conceptual and 80% project based, and there will be assessments after every session. So these assessment, why we have kept, because after every session you would be doing an assessment, because so that you understand, like, where are you right now, where are you lacking, so that you understand, okay, now I need to focus on this. Again, you'll have to go to the video, see the session, and also we are going to provide you performance scorecard, which will help you to understand, as I told you, like, where you are lacking. Okay, so the candidates who have scored above 80% in the assessment, they will be eligible for an in-house interview or an internship with our PHN Technology. If you get above 80%, then definitely we are going to help you out with the in-house interview and the internship at PHN Technology, or might be we would be putting you somewhere where we feel the client-based opportunities. If we get, definitely we will be putting you in that aspect. Okay, this is a certified program as well, where courses worth about 20 to 30,000 are free of cost, and there are no hidden charges. Like, if you must have seen in the market, there are a lot of people who are giving these kind of courses, right? But later on, if you talk to some people who have already gone through these courses, okay, when you talk to them, you might yourself feel the difference. Okay, you talk to these kind of people, like, see, you have taken course from such and such institute, or might be you have taken from a very renowned institute. What is the difference that you're feeling? Ask them about the hands-on knowledge. Are they providing hands-on knowledge? What happens when you go for an interview? So guys, you will understand what is the difference. There's a lot of difference when you think about it. Okay, so now as I was telling you, now you would be thinking why it is free of cost. So we are going to have a lot of job opportunities coming up in our company as well as client companies. So we are making you all job ready. As I told you, we would be having interviews, we would be having mock interviews. Definitely, we would be taking sessions on different aspects of soft skills. Then we would be training you in how to enter the corporate world, interview etiquettes. We would be helping you in to understand how to prepare a resume, and everything would be guided in terms of entering a new world. That is corporate world. Okay, because in future while hiring, all the students who are trained by us will be on our priority list. Like, for example, now we have trained these people, so we definitely know, like, who is capable to go in which company, who has to go in this company, who is perfect for this designation. So we know that, right? So this is going to help us out easily as well to understand, like, which candidate is perfect for which project, or might be which candidate is perfect for which company. Okay, so guys, this is a great opportunity which has landed to you all for a better growth and future point of view, wherein you will be getting the benefits of free online training, in which with technical trainings are also provided, and non-technical trainings as well. Okay, the soft skill training will help you develop like strong leadership, time management, and communication abilities also. So you can even run projects more smoothly, deliver results that please everyone, and everyone positively influenced with the personal life by improving how you interact with others. Because what happens when you are into a project work, right? Chalo, if for example you have got hands-on knowledge, you come from a better institute, might be you will be doing course from your itself, but you are not good at communication, you're not good at soft skill. What is going to happen? This is definitely going to impact you. So we would be training you on that as well, as I told you. Okay. And we would be also training you in terms of how to crack the interviews, how you will have to go dressed up for an interview, how to prepare for the questions, what they're going to ask you. Each and every aspect would be taken care of. Okay. I hope you like the session. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the chat box here right now itself. Okay. So to be in touch with the company, please follow our Instagram page, that is PHN Technology. You will get it and get the insights of a company. We would be definitely updating something or the other for you guys. We would be coming with new programs, as we will be posting a lot of things regarding our products, services, hirings, and programs. Because we are, as you know, we are a software development company. We are into machine learning, we are into robotics, and we have got a lot of things to move in future. So definitely this is going to be an add-on to you. And also, if you cannot find a page on on Instagram, you can definitely reach to us through our website, that is www.phntechnology.com. And before ending this session, I would definitely suggest you, like being into HR for around now 11 to 12 years, I know what students have gone through, what impacts them, where they are lacking in terms of communication, in terms of, even some people, even there are some students who are from convent education, but still they lack in terms of interview etiquettes, work ethics, everything impacts a lot. So I wish you guys all the best for your future. And personally, I would try to suggest you all that please guys enroll, grab this opportunity, because you're going to get certification, you're going to get such good trainers, then again, you're going to get placements, you're going to get internship. So please see to it that you grab this opportunity. Tell all your other friends also that there is definitely something good to happen in the future. Okay. Thank you so much. Now I would be giving the session back to Sneha. Thank you so much, guys. All the best.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Am I audible? Okay. Audible. Yes, now on behalf of PHN Technology, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to everyone who joined this webinar on machine learning and data science using Python. Also, thanks to Colina ma'am, who like to addressing the students. And we also express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed trainer, Mrs. Sushant Moon sir, who shared the expertise and experience and helped us to deepen our understanding in the topic of machine learning and data science using Python. Lastly, we would again like to thank all the participants who took the time to attend this program and actively engaged into the discussions. Your enthusiasm and commitment into the learning is really encouraging us to move further with our missions and visions. I would request you all to please be attentive in all of the session of these workshops, as the certificate you will get of this workshop is based on your attendance. Thank you again, guys. Your session is over. You can leave the meeting. Yes. For those who are asking for the attendance, yes, your attendance is already recorded. Everyone can leave the meeting. Yes, you will definitely get the recorded sessions. And next week, we will be providing you the recorded sessions.
Recording stopped.